Before RDO got basically abandoned, it got a lot of items added. Some of these items are good, while others are pretty bad and should be avoided. In today's video, I will show you what I think is the top 10 worst purchases you can make in RDR Online. But before we get into the video, I just want to tell you guys about my personal channel, Jonsi. And on my personal channel, I upload GT Online instead of RDR Online. I upload similar content to this, being tutorials, tips and tricks, and guides, and I help you make money in GT Online. So if you like RDR Online and you also play GT Online, I suggest you to subscribe to both of these channels, OpenVision and Jonsi, to get the mix of both. And yeah, if you subscribe to both of the channels, you are an absolute legend. Anyway, getting back into the video. Before I start going through the list of items I have on this list, I would just like to say that none of these items are actually ranked in any way. I've just put them down in a list and they're not ranked. There's no dedicated worst item. They're all pretty bad. It's just a list that I put together. It's completely random. Every one of them is pretty bad items, or pretty bad purchases, I should say. Anyway, the first item on the list I have is the Lockbreaker, and this could arguably be the worst item on the list. Yes, we start off with a very bad item. The Lockbreaker costs $95, so as a beginner that is a pretty steep price actually, and it is completely useless. I have never encountered a scenario where I need to use the Lockbreaker to open something. Usually you can just shoot the lock or break it with your with the butt of your gun, but if it's a door, you can just kick it open with your foot. The Lockbreaker is not good at all right now, and unless we get something like a heist or something in the future, looking very unlikely now that I've said that no new big content will happen this year. Unless we get something where we need to use the Lockbreaker, this thing is useless. You don't need it. You can do exactly the same thing without it. So save your $95 and use it for better and more important items. And especially if you're a beginner, do not buy this. Do not get fooled. Oh, I can open new locks. You can do that either way with your gun, so do not buy this. Next on my list is the collector maps that you buy from Madame Nassau. And to put it simply, buying collector maps has no reason, since everyone just uses the John Robke collector map. I will have that link down below, and if for some reason you're not using the John Robke collector map when going through the collector, it is an interactive map that updates every day to the locations of collectibles. So you will always find collectibles with this map that you find on Google, of course, which just makes the in-game collector maps that you buy from Madame Nassau irrelevant. I cannot remember the last time I actually used the collector maps from Madame Nassau. I am not even sure how those work anymore. It's been so long because it's not worth buying them. So yeah, this is also one of the worst items or worst purchases you can make, because it will just hurt your profit when you're going through the collector. Yeah, just use the John Robke map. It's just better, man. It's just better. You can easily see every location, and if you use something like the tarot cards, you can guarantee which tarot card you will get, and you can just collect them easily. So yeah, just use the John Robke map. I will have it linked down below. And also, if you're looking into the collector and you want to know about the John Robke map and how to use the collector and how to use it to earn a lot of money with the collector, I have a video about that. So yeah, it will be in the cards on your screen right now, and also I'll link it in the description for you. On to the next one now. We have another one that is pretty useless, and that is the pocket watch. The pocket watch costs 1 gold bar. Give it to me! Give it to me! It does nothing. Literally what it is supposed to do is display the in-game time for you, but you can always just press down on the D-pad, and then at the top of your screen it will tell you the in-game time. This makes the pocket watch extremely not worth it, especially when it costs 1 gold bar, since gold is the hardest currency to get in the game. Just stay way clear of this item. It is not worth your time. At number 4 of the worst items in Red Dead Online, I have animal bait. And animal bait is supposed to attract more animals to you so you can kill them and use their meat or hide to various things. But you don't need animal bait to find animals. It is very easy to find animals. They spawn anywhere on the map where you are. There's never a place where you can't find an animal. And this animal bait won't attract animals that isn't usually in that area anyway. So you won't, for example, get a wolf that lives in the mountains when you are in the desert. It doesn't work that way. Also, it does not spawn animals. It just attracts the animals that's already spawned in. It just makes them closer to you. There's honestly no worth in this. You can just look around and then you will see the same animals that you would get because it doesn't spawn any animals. It just makes them closer to you. And yeah, so if you use this item, you will just get the same animals that are already at that location. You won't get any special animal, you won't get any new animal, you will just get the normal animals that are there. There are 2 different types of animal baits. You have the herbivore bait, thank you Google Translate, and also the predator bait. The predator bait costs $3 a piece, and the herbivore bait costs $2.25 a piece. So if you keep buying these, the money can stack up and you can use a lot of money on it, which just becomes wasted. So please save your money and do not think that you need this to get animals. You do not need this item, or you don't need any animal bait to get animals spawned in. You can find them either way. So do not buy these. Next on my list is the binoculars / the refined binoculars. Again, I have never encountered a time where I need to look at something that is far away. If I so have to look at something that is a bit far away, I can just always pull out my gun and zoom in with that, because you will zoom in a bit with your gun when you aim your gun. And if I still can't see what I want to see when I zoom in with my gun, guess what?
Guess what? What's up? Guess what?
I just go over there.
What?
It's as simple as that. Everything you see in this game, you can just go over to it. And it's not like real life where it's stress to go over something. You have no condition in this game. You can run as far as you want without fucking dying. No swearing. You can run as far as you want without dying or without getting hard breath or anything, bro. Just walk over there or go over there with your horse, whatever. Get your horse to do it, and then you're there, man. You don't need binoculars or refined binoculars. Only thing I would say is good with the refined binoculars is that you could see collectibles at the far range, but I've never encountered that I need that. You just use the John Ropke map anyway, which I talked about earlier, and when you use that, you know the exact location of each collectible. You don't need a binocular to find them. So yeah, do not waste your time on these. If you have to zoom in on something, just use your gun, and if you can't see it, just go over there. It's as simple as that. At number 6, we have the Litchfield repeater. And this is a bit of a tricky one, because the Litchfield repeater did actually trick me when I started to play this game. I looked at the stats and I thought, the Lancaster repeater and the Litchfield repeater is pretty similar. But the Litchfield has a bit more damage. Let me go for that one because, yeah, I like damage. So I went with the Litchfield repeater for a while. And in terms of comparing to the Lancaster repeater, it's just so much worse. In this game, the main part or the main thing you want to look for is accuracy in a gun, or at least in my opinion it is accuracy. And the Lancaster repeater just has much better accuracy than the Litchfield. The Litchfield has quite bad accuracy actually. The damage is better of course, but it's not by much. Do not make my mistake when choosing between the Litchfield and a Lancaster, because they do look similar, but in game when you're actually fighting NPCs and PvE and also PvP sometimes, the Lancaster will just treat you much better than the Litchfield. So stay away from the Litchfield, even though it looks good, and I think it's also the most expensive repeater. Do not get fooled by that. Just go for the Lancaster, it's the best in game. At number 7, we have the Elephant Rifle. The Elephant Rifle came into the game when the Naturalist update released, and this gun is basically a gun they made for killing legendary animals. Legendary animals it's not hard to kill them, because we already had the pump shotgun. And the pump shotgun is even better to kill legendary animals than the elephant rifle is. Elephant rifle is fun to use, and it does do high damage. It does kill legendary animals well, but the pump shotgun just does it better. There's no need for the elephant rifle at all if you just use the pump shotgun, and you should already own the pump shotgun because it's an OP gun. You can go through many NPC and PvE fights with it, at close range of course. It's just banging. Also, I believe the elephant rifle only has 2 shots and the pump shotgun has 5, so that's also added bonus. I know I'm comparing the weapons a lot here, but I have to, because how could I say the elephant rifle is bad but don't compare it to some of the good weapons. But yeah, the elephant rifle, I suppose you could use it for fun and stuff. I don't recommend to use it as a normal gun, but to be honest, this item could be one of the better items on this list, even though all of them is pretty bad. Just go for the pump shotgun. Stay away from the elephant rifle. At number 8, we have the rear shotgun. And this, man, this is just embarrassing by Rockstar. It seems like it's such a good gun or something like that. Honestly, it's just a skin of the double barrel shotgun, the normal double barrel shotgun. And it costs a lot more than the double barrel shotgun. If you already have the double barrel shotgun or the DB shotgun, just use that. It's a good shotgun. Just use that. Do not go for the rear shotgun. Only reason I would go for the rear shotgun is if you like the skin on it a lot. But other than that, it has no good features about it. It just costs more. It's the exact same gun with just a skin on, and it's just a waste of money to buy the gun twice. So again, do not buy this gun. Okay, at number 9, we finally don't have a gun again. Now we have something else, and this is expensive horses. You probably saw this one coming.
What?
Because it's a big purchase that many players make in the beginning and also later. But later it's a bit easy. It's a bit easier to take big expenses like this because you have more money. Anyway, when I talk about expensive horses,
Don't like it.
when I talk about expensive horses, I don't mean that the horses are bad. They are banging horses, I promise you that. But they are way overpriced. They should not be priced that high. When I say this, I mean horses like the Black Arabian, which is 42 gold bars, the Black Turkmen, which is 40 gold bars, and the Black Torero, which is 45 gold bars. And there's many more of these that cost a lot of gold bars. And none of these horses they're just not it. You can get a roll horse that I've talked about in my that I talked about in my best horses video. If you want to check out horses, go check that video out. I won't plug. I don't want to plug too many videos in this one video, but if you like horses, go to that video. Anyway, there's many horses that cost gold, and I would say most of them are not worth it because they cost so much. And they are good, but you can use that gold for so much else stuff. All of these horses that I just listed are black.
Your medical condition, has it grown worse?
I'm quite well, thank you.
No. Clearly you are not. No rational person would do as you have done. Explain yourself.
I swear to God, I did not choose that, okay? I did not choose that by... Moving on.
This is bullshit.
Okay, at number 10, we have buying herbs at Madame Nassar. And buying herbs at Madame Nassar is probably something many of you guys don't even know you could do. But yes, you can buy herbs at Madame Nassar. And I think they cost $1 each. I think there's some of them that cost a bit more, but generally $1 each. And they're just a waste of money. You can literally just look up location of this and this herb on Google. It will pop up instantly in your Google search, and you can just go there in the game and most likely you will find it. Plus, you can just start picking herbs wherever you are, because in this game you move a lot around the map. If you just pick up herbs from wherever you are on the map pretty often, you will build up a big chunk of herbs, so you never need to actually buy herbs from Madame Nassar. That just becomes a waste of money. So yeah, there's no reason to buy from Madame Nassar these herbs. It's not a very big money spend, but you do use money on it, and it's not worth it at all. So I suggest to, not buy herbs. Just go around the map and find the herbs yourself. It's very easy to find. Now you know which items and purchases to avoid, which will be a big help once you go through all the items in the game and try and figure out what is good. I would highly recommend to watch my other video about this topic, the 10 best purchases you can make video, because that video is practically a part 2 of this one. To get the full package, go watch that video too. It will be at the end of the video, as well as in the cards on your screen right now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this awesome guide. And if so, go downstairs and throw that like button into the wall so it turns blue. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. That's all for today. I'll see you next week, lads. Farewell.